question is, what are the benefits of a high-fat diet? A high-fat diet is really at the heart of what it is to be a ketogenic diet, because fat is the only macronutrient that doesn't cause an insulin response. So when you're eating fat, you don't get the normal reaction in your body that you do if you eat protein or carbohydrates with a pulsing glucose and a subsequent insulin response. So a ketogenic diet is a relatively high-fat diet, essentially by definition.
We're learning so much more about fats in the last maybe 5 or 10 years. People used to think, fat was just fat, but individual fatty acids have different properties. We mentioned lauric acid being antimicrobial. DHA is one that a lot of people know. It's an omega-3 fatty acid. It's extremely important. It's another thing that's very prominent in cell membranes. It's an essential fatty acid. Our brain needs it. You can take walnut oil, flaxseed oil, something like that, to try to increase your DHA, but not much of it is actually converted to DHA, so it's very important to get it from fish or algae, a source like a marine source. People that are vegetarian, there are algae sources of it, which is what the fish eat, and that's how they get DHA in their body. But DHA, is extremely important to signaling in the brain and, a lot of activities that go on in the brain. So that's an example of a functional fat.
To realize when a scientist says a ketogenic diet is a high-fat diet, they mean high-fat by calorie, not high-fat by volume. So fat is calorie-rich. So it doesn't mean you would be eating a plate full of fat. Like, oh, yum, here's my dinner. It's mostly fat. No, that's not what it means.
So to me, good fats are those fats that are found naturally. You find them in nature. Whether it's plant fats or animal fats, it really doesn't much matter. It's healthy. It's when we muck with the molecules that those fats become unhealthy. So if you take oil, for example, corn oil, and then you pressurize it and you add metal and extreme heat, you literally change its structure. So it goes from being a liquid at room temperature to being a solid. You've created a fat that never existed in this world. It's not natural. And that's the partially hydrogenated fat. Basically, bottom line is, if it's made in a chemistry lab, it's not healthy. If it's found in nature, it's going to be a healthy form of fat. The body is designed to run on ketones and glucose. It's not that when we're ketogenic, we have only ketones. We always have blood sugar. And then what happens is the organs, such as the heart and the brain, use both the sugar and the ketones to function. And the real problem is, if we're eating lots of sugar and we're not supplementing with ketones, then the heart and the brain, the other organs, never see ketones. And so they don't run very efficiently.
So there's many benefits to being on a ketogenic diet in terms of how you feel, how you look, your energy levels. Your cells are under less stress because the ketones are a cleaner source of energy, and that means that the cells don't have as many reactive oxygen species to deal with, and so there's lower levels of oxidative stress in the body. That also is the potential of ketones to serve as the energy source for the brain.
So fasting, reducing carbs in one meal, increasing fat, and then doing ketones in fat coffee. And those 5 things together are pretty simple as a starting point, and most people will see results and benefit from that, and then we slowly expand and build on that from there.